here we go up the tube, fighting crime is what we do. A superhero and a psychic with a plan. Who's the one behind the mask? Who can move super fast? It's Kid Danger.
And look, it's Captain Man.
So come along, it's the adventures of Kid Danger. This is the song for the adventures of Kid Danger. So come along, it's the adventures of Kid Danger.
Hey, calm down.
Gosh, I can't stand them.
Calm yourself.
All that trash talk?
It's part of the game, you know that.
This is different.
Why? Because you're not the one doing it?
No.
Yes.
No. They're trash talking me. We don't trash talk me. We trash talk. You know, trashy. It's all in good fun, and this isn't fun.
They're just trying to get into your head. And you know what? It's working.
Jerks.
Hey, come on now.
Let's just go home.
Go home? Are you crazy? Hubbard Grabowski does not run from a fight, especially not on the lanes. This is your game, monster. Our kind have been dominating the Milwaukee Bowling League since anyone can remember, and the Grabowskis are the royalty of the Milwaukee Monsters. You're the Bobby Kennedy of monster bowling.
Just leave me alone.
What is going on with you?
I don't want to talk about it. I hate them.
I know, but they don't matter.
If they didn't matter, they wouldn't be league champions.
They won't be for long.
I wouldn't count on that.
Up.
This was our thing, you know? Ours. We owned it. The humans, they might have invented the game, but we, well, you know.
Yeah. It's kind of pathetic, isn't it?
I wouldn't say pathetic. It's sweet the way they try. Everything was just fine. The humans didn't mind losing to us as long as we weren't eating them. No one was scared of us anymore. We fought for our place and we earned it through hard work. And they respected us for that. And no one could take that away from us. Then they come. 1 second you never heard of them. The next, they're everywhere. You know, my pop said he can't even get his teeth coming anymore down Coral Gables. They're all over the place. Everything we've ever worked for has just disappeared.
Nothing's disappeared. You're still the same awesome monster you always were.
Without a bowling trophy.
So get it back. Nothing about you has changed because they've arrived. It's all in your head. And you know what you still have that those stupid aliens can never take away?
What?
Me. And your big monster muscles.
Come on, cut it out. Someone's gonna see.
No one's looking. Make a muscle for me.
No.
Do it. Who's my big, strong, scary monster? Come on, Hub.
I'm your big, strong, scary monster.
What?
I'm your big, strong, scary monster.
Who has the most frightening roar of any monster in all of Milwaukee?
Not counting Peter Swirsky,
Not counting Peter Swirsky because he's...
originally from Akron and also half werewolf.
Who?
Me.
You got that right. So who's afraid to play tonight? Hub?
I'm not.
No, you're not.
Hey, don't tickle me.
Make me stop.
You know I can't stand it.
Big bad monster can't take a tickle-wickle.
Well, isn't that just sweet? Hello, Hubbard.
Nelson.
Interesting pregame strategy you got there. Hope it brings you luck. You're gonna need it.
Don't let him get to you.
Nice to see you too, Sally. Whoever's doing your fur these days is a genius. So here we are at the start of a new season. You think you've got what it takes to win your little trophy back?
We'll see what we'll see.
I hear that you've been practicing all through the off season. Imagine that, Hubbard Grabowski having to practice bowling. I couldn't believe it when I heard it.
We all have to stay on top of our game.
Oh, that we do, Hub. That we do. Me, I actually got here a whole 5 minutes early just to get a bit more stretching in. I think that'll really improve my game. You know, Me and my friend Kenny was just placing bets on how close to 900 each of us can get tonight. Care to join us?
No, Nelson, I don't believe I would.
Oh, we'd handicap you. Don't worry about that. We'd give you a good 100-point head start if you want before we start counting.
Again, thank you, but no thank you.
Your funeral. I was just looking to make this game interesting, since we all know how it's gonna end up.
It's going to end with your head in a toilet if you don't. I left my wallet at home. Maybe next time.
God, I love this game. Don't you, Hub?
Considering that I've been playing it 100 years longer than you, yes, I would say I do.
Aw, don't be sore. Just because we were conquering planets while you were still coming out of your caves doesn't mean we don't appreciate all that you've taught us in the last, what has it been? 3 years? Funny. You've been playing this game almost a century, not to mention walking upright and speaking English. We picked it up like that. Well, everyone has his own pace, I guess. No shame in it. This is a nice planet. A little small. I'm used to bigger. And I haven't quite gotten used to the smell. Still, there's a lot to be said for it. The first time I ate a Philly cheesesteak just blew my mind. Both of them. Paris is a great little town, and Aardvark's freaky. But bowling, that is why we came here. We didn't have these opportunities back home. Granted, we did master interstellar travel around the time this planet was in the Pleistocene era. But bowling, why did we ever think of that? Strike. Nice. Never get tired of that sound. Well, I'll let you two get back to preparing. Hey, Hub, I ever tell you about the time I bowled a 301?
That's impossible.
You ever hear of someone who bowled a 300 and didn't win? Huh. Feel free to use that one. You don't even have to credit me. See you on the lane, sucker.
Easy, baby.
I want to smash his green pointy little face in.
Okay.
Did you hear that?
It's not important.
It is important. Rubbing it in my face like that. That's what they all do. Arrogant, stupid, slimy.
Nelson's a jerk. You know this. You've got a game to win.
Maybe he's right. We can't beat them. They're too advanced.
Hubbard, stop. Would you listen to yourself? Remember when we first came out of hiding? Remember how scared we all were? You were so brave. You said if we monsters are to survive, we have to find ways to live with the humans. That was you, Hubbard Grabowski. Out of kids' closets and into the streets. Remember?
Yeah.
You have so much to be proud of. And you can do this. They might have superior brains and everyone loves how they've improved science fiction movies, but you are a monster, a beast of the lanes. We wouldn't be here if it wasn't for you. And we wouldn't have all those titles under our belts. These aliens, they're a flash in the pan. So you go out there and show them that they might run the galaxy, but we monsters run the holiday lanes.
Yeah!
Give me a roar, Big Daddy.
Sally, people are watching.
Don't be a wimp, be a monster. Roar for me.
Roar.
That's not a roar. Give it all you got.
Roar!
Blow their alien heads off!
Watching from so high, so all the forest can be safe and sound. Rude and free.
Wake up! Wake up! Come on, we've got business to attend to. Hurry, she's next.
What time is it?
Time to get up.
The actual time?
You know I can't see the clock without you.
Wake me when class is over.
Useless. Totally useless.
Ow, what was that for?
We're next.
Next for what?
Teacher is going to ask Laura a question, and if you don't help me, she won't know how to answer it.
What's the question?
It's on the blackboard.
That's not what I asked.
I don't know what the question is, stupid. I can't read it.
She'll come up with something. She always does.
This is math. She can't just come up with something.
You need to chill out. Close your lid and have a nap.
If you fall asleep again, I swear I'll tug on your optic nerve.
You wouldn't.
Oh, yes, I would.
You know that makes me crazy.
Exactly why I do it.
It hurts.
The only way to wake you up.
What friend you are.
Don't get mad at me. If you weren't so lazy, I would not deal at you like this.
I'm not lazy.
Yes, you are.
No, I'm not.
You are.
No, I'm not.
Yes, you are.
No, I'm not.
Let's not get into that again. We have work to do.
You think you're all high and mighty just because you're on the right side. Well, let me tell you, you may be the one who finds all the ideas, but I'm the one who sees the beauty in them.
What's that supposed to mean?
I think you know what it means.
No, tell me.
My pleasure. Remember that time we saw a dandelion sticking out of the sidewalk?
Yeah?
You wanted to kill it.
No, it's a weed.
A flower.
It's a weed.
Flower.
Weed.
Flower.
It's a weed.
Dandelions are survivors. Nobody plants them, nobody waters them, nobody even looks at them. Yet they keep coming back time and time again. Don't you see the beauty in that?
No, I don't. Don't you see that they're a nuisance?
No, I don't.
Then it's settled. We'll just have to agree to disagree on this one.
There you go again.
Where have I gone again?
You're such a martyr. Instead of coming to an agreement, you always say stupid things like, well, I guess we'll just have to agree to disagree. And you think I'm lazy.
I've been with you, what, 16 years now?
Sounds about right, but I'm not very good with numbers.
Well, in all that time, I've learned that there's no use arguing. It's impossible to get through to you. You have no sense of reason.
You have no sense of fun.
Can we stop quibbling and get to the task at hand?
You're so bossy.
And you're so lazy.
Am not.
R2.
Am not.
R2.
Am not.
Then prove it.
Fine.
Good. Now, stand up straight. Lean forward. Now, what does it say?
Coming out of the toy store, Janet has 8 coins that add up to $1.45.
Unfortunately, on the way home, she loses one of them.
If the chances of losing a quarter, dime, or nickel are equal,
Which coin is most probably lost? There. Now, is that so hard?
I didn't say it was hard. I'm just saying, what does it matter?
If we don't do our job, Laura will look stupid. And we don't want her to look stupid, do we?
Of course not.
That's why it matters.
But who cares what coins Janet lost? There's no Janet, there are no coins, and furthermore, that story would be far more interesting if they just told us what toy she bought.
It's not a story, it's a problem.
Why clutter her brain with fake problems? She has enough real ones as it is.
She's learning the rules of probability. It might come in handy someday.
You think it's probable that she'll just happen to bump into a woman named Janet who just happens to have lost all her money?
It's theoretical.
It's ridiculous.
Listen, it's not our job to process the information. We're just supposed to take it in and let Laura do with it what she pleases.
I'd rather sleep.
I know you would. That's why you're always getting us into trouble.
What kind of trouble?
The time you got us pink eye?
That wasn't my fault.
Yes, it was. You took a nap mid-blink.
So?
So you dried out and she stuck her finger in your socket.
It's not my fault her finger was dirty. You should have told her to wash it.
It wouldn't have been dirty if you hadn't told her to pick up that crusty sock from the gutter.
I thought it was a daisy.
It was embroidery. Anyone with half a brain could tell it was a sock and not a daisy.
There you go again.
Where have I gone again?
Rubbing, there you go again, rubbing it in my socket.
I don't rub anything in your socket. That's the point.
No, I mean that your half of the brain is smarter than my half. I know you're smarter. You don't have to keep reminding me.
You could be smart if you just applied yourself.
I don't want to apply myself. I want to explore. I want to examine. I want to probe.
While you're busy probing, I have to reason. I have to rationalize. I have to work.
It's not all roses over here, you know. What I do is hard work too.
All right.
It is. When I see a dandelion, I see a flower.
Already covered this.
I know, but listen to me. When I see a dandelion, I see a flower. I think it's beautiful and I want to share it with Laura. I want her to see how beautiful it is too. But that's hard work when all you see is a weed. You always win because you're smarter than I am. Maybe smarter isn't the right word. Maybe convincing or conniving. Whatever it is, you always win, and I have no choice but to watch her pluck it out of the ground. You have no idea how much that hurts. I try to salvage the situation and convince her that it's still beautiful. Sometimes she listens, and sometimes not. But even if she does save the dandelion in a little cup of water, it eventually withers and dies. It's still beautiful even when it's dead. At least I think so. But I can't help but think it could still be living and breathing if you and all the other red eyes weren't so set in your ways. Are you crying?
No, I just have something stuck in me.
You're crying.
I'm not.
R2,
I'm not.
you're totally crying. Did I just tug on your optic nerve a little?
No.
Yes, I did.
No, you didn't.
Come on, admit it. I made you cry.
Stop it.
Never thought I'd live to see the day.
Okay, fine. I'm crying. Are you happy now?
Yeah, a little.
Leave me alone.
It feels good to cry, doesn't it?
Why would it feel good?
Sometimes you have to let your emotions gush out. Otherwise, pressure builds up and we end up getting crossed.
I didn't realize how much I was hurting you.
I know you didn't mean to. It's your job to see things the way they are. It's my job to see them the way they could be.
Your job sounds so much more fun than mine.
It's fun, but I couldn't do it alone.
Really?
Yeah, without you, Laura wouldn't have any hands.
What do you mean?
I've always wanted her to play with fire. It's so pretty. But you're the one that stops me. Every time.
I've never told you this before, but sometimes I wonder what it would be like to live under your lid. There are days I get so mad that I have to be the rational one. It's unreasonable, I think, to spend my whole life being reasonable. Believe me, I'd like to take naps, I'd like to have fun, but what would happen if I did? What would happen to Laura? Everyone else would excel and she'd fall back. But the fact of the matter is, I'm tired. Why do you think I'm bloodshot all the time? I'm sorry if I lash out at you sometimes. You have to know that it's not personal. And I don't really think you're lazy. I'm just jealous that I can't see things the same way you do.
That was the most beautiful thing I've ever heard.
Really?
Really beautiful.
You think everything's beautiful.
I know, but I really, 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 really mean it this time.
Don't cry.
I can't help it.
No, I mean, don't cry. First me, now you. She'll come at us with the tissue for sure.
Oh, right. We don't want that.
Definitely not. I hate when she pokes around in here.
Me too. Remember the contact lens incident?
Oh, don't remind me.
I wonder if Laura got the question right.
What question?
Janet and her missing coins.
Oh, that? I thought you didn't care.
I don't, but I could try to care.
Then I could try not to.
Deal. So, what's the next question we should be looking at?
Really? Wouldn't you rather go back to sleep?
Nah, let's open wide and show her everything.
You never do know what's around the bend. Big adventure, all brand new friend. When you're curious, I like curious y'all.
I can't. I just can't.
Quiet, please. I'm trying to concentrate here.
Okay, so what have you got?
Me?
Yeah, have you hit anything? Let's hear it.
Ping, droppa, fit, eagle warp, carcinoma. That's as far as I got.
I like the fit.
Yeah, kind of onomatopoeic.
I don't know. Feels to me like it needs some punching up.
You can always throw in a few jokes later on. You gotta get the through line first.
But do you think it's Hamlet?
Don't ask me, I'm just a chimp.
They could have given us a clue or something.
Yeah. Or a story conference.
But that'll defeat the whole purpose of the experiment.
Yeah, I know. 3 monkeys, Typing into infinity will sooner or later produce Hamlet,
Right.
completely by chance.
And Dr. David Rosenbaum up in that booth is going to prove it.
But what is Hamlet?
I don't know.
What is Hamlet?
I don't know.
You know, this is really stupid.
Have you got something better to do in this cage? The sooner we produce a thing, the sooner we can get out.
Sort of publish or perish. With a twist.
But what do we owe this Rosenbaum? A guy who stands outside those bars all day and tells people, that one's Milton, that one's Swift, and that one's Kafka, just to get a laugh?
But what's a Kafka anyway? Why am I a Kafka?
Search me.
What's a Kafka?
All his four-eyed friends sure think it's a stitch.
And how are we supposed to write Hamlet if we don't even know what it is?
Okay, so our chances are a little slim.
Yeah, and this from a guy who's supposed to be smart. This from a guy from Columbia University.
The way I see it, there is a providence that oversees our pages. Rough draft them how we may.
But how about you, Milton? What have you got?
Let's see. Of man's first disobedience, and the fruit of that forbidden tree, whose mortal taste brought death to thee.
Hey! That's good. It's got rhythm, it really sings.
Yeah?
But is it Hamlet?
Who cares? He's got a real voice there.
Does Dr. Rosenbaum care about voice? Does he care about anyone's individual creativity?
Let's look at this from Rosenbaum's point of view for a minute.
No! He brings us here to produce copy, then all he wants is a clean draft of someone else's work. We're getting peanuts here to be somebody's hack.
Writing is a mug's game anyway, Swifty.
Well, it hath made me mad.
Why not just buckle down and get the project over with? Set up a schedule for yourself. Type in the morning for a couple of hours when you're fresh, then take a break. Let the old juices flow. Do a couple more hours in the afternoon, and then retire for a shot of papaya. What's the big deal?
You know, if this Rosenbaum was worth anything, he'd be working on word processors, not these antiques. I mean, he's lucky he could get 3 of us who type this good, and he treats us like the misfits from the Bronx Zoo. I mean, a tire swing. What does he take us for?
I like the tire swing. I think it was a very nice touch.
I can't work under these conditions. No wonder I'm producing garbage.
But how about you, Milton? How's the rest of yours go?
What, this?
Yeah, read us some more.
Blah, blah, blah. Fruit of that forbidden tree whose mortal taste brought death to thee, blamagam, bedsocks, knockwurst, Tinkerbell. What'd you think?
Blame again is good.
Well, I don't know.
What is it? Is it the tone? I know it's kind of a stretch for me.
I'm just not sure. It has the same expressive intensity and pungent lyricism as the first part.
Well, sure, it needs rewriting. What doesn't? This is just a rough draft. Lights on.
This bit.
Are they watching?
What?
Are they watching?
I don't know. I can't see. I've got my paws over my eyes.
What?
What's the point of this?
Why do they videotape our bowels?
What?
No, lights off.
But how are you doing, Franz? What have you got?
Well, K, 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 K.
What was that? Postmodernism?
20 lines of that.
At least it'll mess up his data.
20 lines of that, and I went dry. I got blocked. I felt like I was repeating myself.
But do you think that's in Hamlet?
I don't understand what I'm doing here in the first place. I'm not a writer. I'm a monkey. I'm supposed to be swinging on branches and taking up ants. Not sitting under fluorescent lights 10 hours a day.
It sure is a long way home from the gardens of sweet Africa, with lawns and level downs and flocks grazing the tender herbs were sweetly interposed.
Paradise, wasn't it?
Lost.
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 I'm trying to deal with some of that in this new piece, but it's all still pretty close to the bone.
Just because they have more power than we have, they think they can lock us up.
They do have more power than we have.
Just because they control the means of production, they think they can suppress the workers.
Things are how they are. What are you going to do?
How come you're always so ready to justify the ways of Rosenbaum to the apes?
Do you have a key to that door?
No.
Do you have an independent food source?
No.
So call me a collaborator, but I happen to be a professional. If Rosenbaum wants Hamlet, I'll give it a shot. Just don't forget, we're not astrophysicists. We're not brain surgeons. We're chimps. And for apes in captivity, this isn't a bad gig.
What's really frightening is that if we stick around in this cage long enough, we're going to evolve into Rosenbaum.
Evolve into Rosenbaum?
Brush up on your Darwin, baby. We're more than kin and less than kind. But let's say one of us writes, like, here we are, set down to prove the inadvertent virtues of randomness, to produce something we wouldn't even recognize if it passed through our own two hands. But what if one of us actually does it?
Will we really be released?
Will they give us the key to the city and a ticker tape parade?
Or will they move us on to Ulysses? I don't know. What's Hamlet in the first place? What's Hamlet to them, or Hamlet that we should care? Boy, there's the respect that makes calamity of so long life. For who would bear the whips and scorns of time? The oppressor's wrong, the proud man's contumely.
Hey, Swifty.
The law's delay, despised love.
Hey, Swifty. Relax, will you?
Have a banana.
I wish I could get Rosenbaum in here and see how he does at producing him. That's it.
What?
That's it. Forget about this random Hamlet crap. What about revenge?
Revenge? On Rosenbaum?
Who else? Hasn't he bereft us of our families and our homes, stepped in between us and our expectations?
How would we do it?
Easy. We lure him in here to look at our typewriters, check them out like something's wrong with them, but we poison the typewriter key.
Oh, Jesus.
Sure, some juice of cursed Habona spread liberally over the keys ought to work like a charm.
Great.
And if that doesn't work, we envenom the tire swing and invite him for a ride. Plus, I challenge him to a duel! Can't you see it? In the course of combat, my rapier casually grazes over a typewriter key and a hit! A palpable hit! For reserve, we lay by a cup with some venomous distillment. We put the pellet with the poison in the vessel with the pestle.
Brilliant.
It's a good idea, but
What's the matter with you guys? I'm onto something here.
I think it's hopeless, Swifty.
But this is the goods.
Listen, I gotta get back to work. This man's gonna want his pages.
The readiness is all, I guess.
That's right. Just let me know when that K button gives out, honey.
All right, you two serfs go. I'll do all the work around here. Swifty, revenge.
Stockelschwanz hemorrhoid. Yeah, that is good. That is good. Stockelschwanz.
Act 1, Scene 1. Elsinore Castle, Denmark.
Hemorrhoid.
Enter Bernardo and Francisco.
Pomegranate.
Bernardo says, "Who's there?"
Bazooka.
Good coffee, Mother.
Reminds me of that time in Rome.
Antoine, our strapping young waiter.
Ah, yes, Antoine.
Mother,
Yes, darling?
I'm not feeling quite so fresh.
I too sometimes have those not so fresh days, dear.
No, I mean mentally, spiritually.
I see. Is there something troubling you?
You could say that, I suppose.
Well, you know you can talk to me about anything, dear. Everything. I'm here for you.
That's good to hear, Mother.
Meaning I'm here for you. Now.
Right. Okay, so this is the deal, Mother.
Yes, sweet pleat?
I'm in a bit of a bind.
I know.
You know?
I've read your file.
My file?
Of course, I'm an agent for the CIA.
Oh, I see.
This is good coffee.
You know everything? Everything or just everything?
I know you're a trained assassin and you were hired by Mr. Lenop to kill me, and now you're not feeling quite so fresh mentally or spiritually because the one person you'd even consider going to for advice on such a tricky moral dilemma would be your loving mother, the same woman you were hired to kill.
I've poisoned your General Foods International coffee.
That's unfortunate because I too have poisoned your General Foods International coffee.
Well, this is rather awkward.
Indeed.
3 or 4 minutes, you reckon?
If we're lucky.
Well, it is good coffee.
Is that a hint of almond?
That's the strychnine.
Ah. Well, I suppose I should tell you that I love you.
I suppose I should tell you that I am in fact a double agent for a top secret special ops division of the CIA, posing undercover as a trained assassin for Mr. Lenop. I work under CIA agent Raymond Wilma.
Oh, I see.
I thought that name might sound familiar.
Then you know the truth about Agent Wilma.
I want you to say it.
Raymond Wilma and I have been having an affair for many years.
And?
And what?
And Raymond Wilma hired Mr. Lenop to kill you.
Yes, but I convinced Raymond Wilma to hire you through Mr. Lenop to kill me.
That doesn't make any sense.
It was the only way I could expose you and your double agency, which I have long suspected but have never been able to prove up until this point. I knew you would never poison your own mother's General Foods International coffee. Your moral fiber wouldn't allow otherwise, hence your lack of freshness. I'm guessing there's a vial in your coat pocket as we speak. Hand it over.
You've banked your life on my moral fiber?
I've raised a classy young double agent with both ethics and aplomb.
The question is, do you have the antidote to the poison in my coffee?
No.
No?
You betrayed me by actually going through with poisoning my coffee, and for that you must pay.
I think you're bluffing. I think you do have the antidote.
Perhaps that's what I want you to think.
Well, kudos, Mother, for successfully exposing my double agency. But what you don't know is that I am in fact a triple agent, working for Mr. Lenop, posing as a CIA agent working undercover for Mr. Lenop. It was my plan all along to make you think I'd secretly joined the CIA to please you and your moral fiber. But in fact, it was to kill you, Mother. You see, I've known all about your affair with Raymond Wilma since the 3rd grade, when I was first learning how to wiretap, and I vowed then and there to exact my revenge on you for betraying Dad. So there is no antidote.
You're adopted.
What?
It's time you knew.
But,
But you are my biological daughter.
I think the poison has begun to feed into your brain, Mother.
I was in Tokyo on an assignment and my yen for the sake is legendary. When I found out I was pregnant, I spent months trying to hide it.
How?
Baggy clothing, standing strategically behind large ferns, the whole thing. Your father didn't suspect anything. Towards the end, I had Agent Wilma put me on a long-term assignment in Holland where I gave birth and put you up for adoption. I returned home and 4 months later, your still oblivious father and I adopted you. So you are both my biological daughter and my adopted daughter, but your father is not your father.
I'm Japanese.
Technically Dutch.
You're bluffing. You're bluffing about all of it. My father is my father, and you do have the antidote to the poison in my coffee. Your moral fiber wouldn't allow otherwise.
Of course I don't.
Then that's because you didn't poison my coffee at all. Sweet Jesus, that's good coffee.
I'll write a trade.
I knew it.
Antidote for antidote.
The difference here is that I want you dead, and you still love me.
Just because I love you does not mean I don't want you dead.
And just because I want you dead doesn't mean I don't love you.
As I suspected.
And I do need to live long enough to kill you.
I propose we both live to kill again. Ah, that's my girl. Triple agent or no, you still have a moral fiber after all.
Who'd have thought it would come to this, Mother?
All right, on 3 we exchange vials. 1.
Where's my father now?
Inside reading the newspaper, I imagine. 2.
Not my father. My father.
Bethesda.
Bethesda?
Does that alarm you?
Did it?
Does it?
Lenop is in Bethesda.
Perhaps that's a coincidence. 3.
Mr. Lenop is my father?
I didn't say that.
Are you a double agent?
I didn't say that either.
Has Lenop ever been to Tokyo?
Yes.
Oh my god.
Honey, the vial, we're running out of time.
My father is an assassin?
You are an assassin.
An assassin with moral fiber?
So hand over the vial, dear.
You work for Lenop too, don't you?
Yes and no.
What does that mean?
I work for your father.
Agent Wilma is my father?
Yes.
But Lenop is the one in Tokyo.
Yes.
Agent Wilma and Lenop are
Yes.
the same man.
I'm sorry.
But that means he orchestrated this whole thing, didn't he?
Orchestrated what whole thing?
He wants us to kill each other.
How so?
As Wilma, he probably tricked you into convincing him to hire himself as Lenop to kill you to expose my double agency. Don't you see?
No.
And then he hired me to kill you, knowing my moral fiber would prevent me from killing you without bringing the antidote, which I did, but knowing that, he switched this antidote and that antidote for poison.
But
he wants us both dead.
Agent Wilma is not that smart.
Lenop is.
What?
Mother, we have to work together. We have to form an alliance that will bring down Lenop/Wilma. And he mustn't know that we know. I say we exchange antidotes.
But you said that your antidote is more poison.
Of course, if I really do kill you, he'll never know I'm onto him. It's perfect. Here, drink this.
But
you'll be dead, but you'll be in on it, so it's okay.
I don't believe you. I don't believe my Raymond wants me dead. But I do believe that he wants you to think that he switched the antidote for poison so it wouldn't raise suspicion when I actually died. So I'll take it and pretend to die.
Okay, then.
Okay.
On 3. 1,
2,
3.
3. On 3. 1,
2.
3.
Every year, my brother and I partake in a competition to choose the family Christmas tree. It's been our job since we were 7 years old. We go with our papa to the tree farm. We each pick out a tree, and he chooses the winner. It used to be, in the beginning, that we would decide on a tree together. But that was impossible. He's so competitive. It's horrible. He always has to have his way. So now we get Papa to choose. I have 5 wins, and Hans only has 4. Johann always says he has 5, and I only have 4. He's such a sore loser. The year that we were 12, I had double pneumonia, and Mama wouldn't let me go to the tree farm, even though I said I could go. I picked the tree. Papa cut it down. It counts. It does not count. It counts. He always gets like this. He always has to have his way. He's impossible. The morning of the trip is always bright, crisp and clean. I arise extra early to make sure all of my equipment is at hand. Sturdy boots, strong gloves, binoculars for the scouting, tags to mark the trees. One year, he tried to claim a tree that I clearly sighted first. So now, a tree cannot be claimed until it has a tag on it. It's all his fault. He's so competitive. We stand at the entrance to the tree farm, breathing in the cool, crisp morning air. Our breath makes tiny clouds of mist, which fogs up our glasses. Papa must set us off at exactly the same time. He always tries to cheat. Johann's foot is over the line. Hans's body is too far forward. Inevitably, Papa tells us to settle down, or he'll pick the first scrawny, broke, bristle spruce he can find and leave us for the dogs. That Papa. What a sense of humor. We prepare. We wait for the hand to go down. The air is silent. There is nothing but Papa's hand. And the trees. We're off! We're off! Trees to the left. Trees to the right. Faster! Faster! Aha! Ugh. Too small. Too tall. Too fat. Too puny. Too old. Too new. Too much like the one we had last year. I must find the perfect tree. I can't let him beat me. Beautiful pines. Lush foliage. Green as emeralds. Aha! 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 Every year is so exhilarating. I can hardly wait. And I know, without a shadow of a doubt, that the winner will be me. 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 Me! He's so impossible. He always has to have his way.
Kitty,
What?
do you ever think about God?
Oh, come on, will ya? I'm trying to sleep.
Sorry.
I wish you hadn't said that.
Yeah, it's sort of.
Sort of.
Yeah, but sometimes I really do think about it, you know?
Well, think about it in the daytime. And anyway, you're a funny one to be talking about God when you went into my drawer and took out my brand new sweater. And then leaving it under your bed. You got dust all over it.
I said I was sorry.
Well, it's my sweater.
I know that.
I hadn't even worn it. Hardly.
Okay.
At least you could have put it back.
Okay.
So don't do it again.
I won't.
Well, what about God?
Never mind.
Come on, hurry up. I'm thinking about it now. You knew Nick.
No, Nick.
No, Nick. No, Nick. No, Nick. No, but really.
No, but really.
No, come on. Be serious. Come on.
Be serious.
Quit it. You started this. You woke me up.
You were not asleep.
And you made me think about this at night. And you know how I hate to think about a lot of things at night. So, come on. Get it over with.
Well, I was just thinking about forever, you know?
Forever?
Yeah.
What about it?
Well, do you ever think about it?
What do you mean?
Like, forever. Really, forever.
Well, yeah, I guess. I don't know.
Because if we live in forever in heaven or hell or anywhere, don't you think that's scary?
No, I'd rather be around forever than be dead.
Not me.
Of course you would. You don't want to be dead, do you?
No, but
Well, what's scary about forever?
I don't know. Just that there wouldn't be any days or nights or holidays, everything just the same over and over. And it would never end. Never, ever, ever.
Would it, would ya?
It's when I really let myself think about it, I start getting scared and sick to my stomach, like when I play the bottom part of the piano on Heart and Soul.
What are you talking about? First you're talking about God, and now you're talking about heart and soul on the piano.
I'm talking about forever.
But you said you want to talk about God.
Forever is God.
Will you shut up about forever? Sometimes you're really creepy. You know it?
I can't help it.
Oh, jeez. Are you crying?
Well, I'm scared.
You don't have to be scared now. It isn't gonna happen yet.
How do you know?
What do you mean? How could it happen now? You mean, what if you get hit by a car or something?
But it's not.
Not get hit by a car. Just look where you're going for a change.
But it's not just a car or something you can see. A lot of things can kill you, and some of them you don't even know what's happening to you. You just go to sleep and don't wake up, and then forever starts.
Why wouldn't you wake up?
Well, it could be like gas, you know?
Gas? What kind of gas?
No, I'm being serious. The kind of gas that's in your house for your stove and stuff. It's invisible and it's poisonous too. And my teacher told us about this one family who had a gas leak in their house. And it was in the middle of the winter, so all their windows were closed and no good air could come in. And so they were breathing in poisonous gas.
So what happened?
Well, they were all unconscious, but then finally someone called them on the phone, and the ringing woke the mother up, and so she sort of staggered over to the phone, kind of funny, and when she was talking, she was also talking kind of funny, and so the person called the police to their house, but the police couldn't get in because they were all unconscious, and when the police finally broke through a window, it was too late, and they all died.
Who told you that?
My teacher. And she said it was true, too.
Huh.
And she told us about this one family who used to go mushroom picking in the woods, and then they would eat them. And everyone told them that only a trained expert should do that, because you could get a poisonous one by mistake. But they went anyways, and they accidentally picked the bad ones, and when they went home, they cooked them and ate them, and they all died. Except for the baby, because the baby didn't eat any mushrooms.
We should play that.
Yeah, but still.
Is that why you told Mom you don't like mushrooms all of a sudden?
They could be poisonous and you don't even know it.
Oh, so we all die and you get off scot-free.
Well, you shouldn't eat them either then.
Your teacher's cracked, if you ask me.
It's true. The bad ones look just like the good ones, and bad ones can kill entire families.
But you can't go around worrying about how everything you breathe and everything you eat is going to kill you all the time.
There's something else, too.
Now what? What?
What if the world ends tonight?
What? Did your teacher tell you that?
No, but it could.
Oh, that is just so. You know, sometimes I think you are really batso. You're actually lying here thinking that the world might end tonight.
I don't try to think about it, but sometimes when I'm falling asleep, it just pops into my head that the world might end and forever will start and there's nothing anyone can do about it. And I start getting really scared and sick to my stomach, like when I play the bottom part of.
Heart and soul, I know. Look, why don't you try to think about really nice things instead?
Like what?
Like, what'd you do if you had $1 million? Or your dream house? What that would be like? Or having a horse? You know.
I guess.
Probably you shouldn't think about God at all if you wind up getting.
Well, you think about God.
Yeah, but not like that.
Well, how?
I don't know, just, trying to be a good person. And wondering if there's really a heaven and a hell. Because nobody really knows, really. Nobody knows for sure if there's even a God.
Mom knows.
Mom doesn't know.
Yes, she does. There's really a God, Mom said.
Well, geez, why don't you tell her about all this creepy stuff about forever and the end of the world
I
and.
want to ask you.
Okay, I'm sorry I got mad.
It's okay. I don't care.
But you can be really weird, the things you say sometimes. But listen, okay. Mom told you there's a God, and you believe her, right?
Yeah.
Well, I'm telling you now, the same as Mom would. Okay, there might be a forever. We don't know for sure, but maybe. But if we do live forever, then it's God who thought of it and, who's in charge of it. And if God loves everybody as much as they're always saying, then forever isn't creepy and boring. It's actually really nice.
Nice how?
I don't know, but really nice. 100 times nicer than now.
Really?
Yeah, and anyway, forever doesn't start to the end of the world. And I'm telling you right now that the world is not going to end tonight or any other night just because you're lying here thinking about it.
But it could. It could end tonight.
It's not. You know how I know? Because we would have been warned. The scientists would have seen something, or there would have been signs or prophecies or something.
Really?
Of course. I mean, it's in the Bible, right? What's it going to be?
Well, the whole world and everything will be destroyed. And the sun and the moon, the stars, they'll all explode. And then there'll be hurricanes and earthquakes and tidal waves all at the same time.
Oh, great.
And then Jesus and Mary and the apostles and everyone who ever lived, they'll appear.
Appear where?
In the sky.
Everyone who's ever lived. Right side of our windows?
Outside everybody's window. They'll be in the sky so that everyone can see them and know that it's the end of the world.
Right, so here we are, you in that stupid nightgown with the rip down the back, and me in my old PJs with the tulips on them. And suddenly they all come surfing in. On the planets, I guess. Jesus and Mary and everyone who's ever lived, right surfing right towards our windows. Come on, can you see that? For the end of the world? That's ridiculous.
I guess.
Come on, our car's in the driveway. Mom and Dad are downstairs watching TV. And the world ends outside of our bedrooms. Get serious. You new Nick. Go to sleep, okay?
Can we sing a song first?
What, like a hymn or something?
No, white coral bells.
Okay.
White coral bells upon a slender stalk.
Lilies of the valley deck my garden walk.
Oh, don't you wish that you could hear them ring?
That will happen only when the angels sing. Good night.
Good night.
Sweet dreams.
Well, okay.
Hello, my little friends. Welcome to Miss Spitspot's Spick and Span Play Place. I'm so glad you could join me here today. We are going to have a lot of fun, and what is one thing we are going to do a lot of? That's right. We are going to play. It wouldn't be called the Play Place if we weren't going to do any playing. But we're not going to play alone, are we? No. Where is Swab? Where is Swab? I wonder where he could be. Do you know? Do you know? Swab? Swab? That doesn't seem to be working. I know. Let's call out for Swab all together. Ready? I'll count to 3, and then you'll all call out Swab. Okay, in your loudest voice, okay? Okay. 1, 2, 3, Swab. Gee, that usually works. Usually Swab has very good hearing. Let's try it again, my little friends. Ready? 1, 2.
I'm here. I'm here. Swab is here. Here I am with mop and broom and... That's not it. Here I am with broom and mop for the cleaning. I just can't stop. There's only one way I'll drop my mop, and that's the call of Miss Spitspot. Hello, Miss Spitspot. Hello, friends.
What kept you, Swab? Where were you when we called?
You know where I was, Miss Spitspot.
I had no idea, Swab.
Oh, no?
Of course not. I was out here talking to our little friends.
Okie dokie. That surprises me because
Please, Swab, tell all our little friends out there what you were doing. I'm sure they'd love to know. Wouldn't you like to know? Me too. Where was Swab?
Swab was in the control room.
Control room? I have no idea where that place is. It's certainly nowhere around here. You must have been very far from Miss Spitspot's house in this place called Control Room.
Miss Spitspot, I think we need to...
Come, Swab, where were you? Were you in the dale? On the hill? Behind the cherry tree? Tell our friends the truth.
The truth. The truth. Miss Spitspot wants to know the truth, does she?
Yes, she does, Swab.
Okie dokie. Well, if it's the truth you want... I was cleaning. I'm always cleaning, aren't I? That's what Swab loves to do. Clean, clean, clean. Never stops. Yippee.
There you are. I bet the dust got in your ears, and that's why you couldn't hear us.
You always have the right answer, Miss Spitspot.
Oh, Swab, you're always cleaning. And you know what, my little friend, Miss Spitspot loves to clean too. Swab loves to clean, and Miss Spitspot loves to clean. We love to make things spick and span. Cleaning is a very good thing. It's fun. Why? It's as much fun as playing. What do we do when we see a mess? We scrunch our face up tight, and then we shake our head, and then our hips, and then our knees, and now all together, please. And then we say the mess rhyme. If there's a mess, Miss Spitspot must stress. Clean it up before you sup, before you sip from a cup. Isn't that right, Swab? Swab!
Oh, huh, oh, yup. That's what I'm supposed to say. Yup, because yup rhymes with cup. Doesn't it, Miss Spitspot?
You don't seem your cheery, cleaning self today, Swab.
No.
We have friends over. Turn that frown upside down.
I don't feel like it.
Swab, that's not like you. You're always so happy. Say how happy you are, Swab.
Don't you want to know how I'm feeling?
Say it. Say, I'm tip-top, Miss Spitspot. Say it.
I'm tip-top, Miss Spitspot.
And what makes Swab so happy?
Cleaning!
Cleaning! You know what, my little friend? We can do some cleaning right now. It's time for the cleaning up song. We can all sing together and put our toys away. Yay, yay.
I don't know why you bother.
Because cleaning is fun.
There's no one out there.
Swab, swab, swabby, swab, swab. What has come over you today?
There's no one out there. That's what's come over me. You know it, I know it, and I'm done with it.
How can you say that, Swab? All our little friends are out there. Hello there. I see you and you and you. That's not no one, is it?
Well, if anyone is watching, they'd think it's a stupid show. Cleaning is as much fun as playing. It's ridiculous.
You know, cleaning is very important to Miss Spitspot.
Children don't want to clean. They want to be dirty. They want to roll around in the dirt, get paint all over their hands, all over their clothes, all over everything. They want to jump in puddles. They want to throw food. They want to scatter their toys everywhere. Kids want to be messy. More than anything else in the whole wide world, they want to make a mess. And you're stopping them. That's wrong.
Now, Swab, I know you feel like a grumpy Gus, but remember, we have friends over. The show must go on.
Gwen,
Miss Spitspot.
there's no one out there. There's no one in here. The cameras are locked down, and I'm the one who pressed the buttons in the control room. Face it, we're totally alone.
Well,
I'm at the bottom of the barrel, and I just can't take it 1 second longer.
It's gone nuts. You think you could have told me this before we started? Maybe give me a little heads up off the air?
I tried. You were too busy getting in character.
You said you wanted to talk. You didn't say anything about ruining everything we've worked for.
Oh, please. It's community television. We're not even on cable. We didn't work for this.
I know.
This isn't what I wanted when I got into the business.
You think it's what I want?
I had dreams, visions, making a difference to kids everywhere.
You blame me, don't you?
I don't blame you.
You say you don't blame me, but you blame me.
I don't blame you.
You blame me for getting kicked off the network.
It wasn't your fault. Entirely.
See? Blame.
They didn't want a kids' cleaning show. We had a perfectly good show, all planned out, with puppets and brightly colored costumes, and I got to wear roller skates, and we were going to sing and play games and give out kisses and hugs every single day. 10 kisses, 2 hugs, 10 hugs, 2 kisses. Bye-bye, everyone. See you tomorrow. And you had to go and make a fuss. Force those Brillo pads right down their throats. And surprisingly enough, they didn't want Brillo pads forced down their throats.
It's the fingers. I hate sticky fingers. I can't stand being pawed with sticky fingers. Do you know how many germs sticky fingers carry? 10 kisses and 2 hugs, 10 hugs and 2 kisses. I couldn't do it. I just couldn't.
Well, now you don't have to. No one's coming near us with any fingers, sticky or otherwise.
I had visions too, a national show, syndication, specials, books, dolls,
Tours.
huge auditoriums.
Miss Spitspot's play place. On ice.
Madison Square Garden filled day after day after day. We'd be bigger than big.
Screaming, adoring kids.
Singing along to every song and knowing all the rhymes.
The Rolling Stones of the under 5 set.
It wasn't meant to be, I guess. I guess a cleaning kids show wasn't the greatest idea.
Finally, she admits it.
All right, no need to rub it in. It was when we went to those children's hospitals, when we were on Pickle Train Station. That was the beginning of the end.
The kids with cancer. The dying kids?
They kept touching me.
Did you seriously think that you were going to catch cancer?
I know I have no excuse, but they kept trying to grab my hand and tug on my shirt and hug me, and maybe I was just never meant to work with kids. Are you gonna look for another show?
I don't know. Not sure what else I'm good at. Maybe I'll see if they have an opening at Molly Maid. I am pretty good with the mop.
Maybe I read a book, a tell-all. I'm sure there are lots of people out there who'd want to know the ins and outs of a germophobic children's entertainer.
Maybe.
Maybe.
Well, I guess I better go turn off the lights.
I think we should finish the show.
Gwen.
Now, Swab, I think we should finish the show. Obviously, it's our last show. We'll be turning the lights out on Miss Spitspot's house. Which is a good thing, my little friends. Whenever you leave the house, you want to make sure to turn off all the lights. Conserve energy. Now, Swab, what do you think?
Where's my mop, Miss Spitspot?
That's the spirit.
Oh, Miss Spitspot.
What is it, Swab?
Something's happening to me.
What is it? Do you know what it is?
I think I'm getting...
What? What?
I'm really getting...
What is it?
The cleaning bug!
The cleaning bug!
Chug, chug, chug!
The cleaning bug!
Scrub, scrub, scrub!
The cleaning bug!
Look at the rug, that stain is ugh!
Looks like a job for the cleaning bug!
Chug, chug, chug!
It's the cleaning bug!
Scrub, scrub, scrub!
It's the cleaning bug!
Yay! That was fun, Miss Spitspot.
It sure was, Swab. Oh, look at the time. It looks like we're done.
Are you sure, Miss Spitspot? We don't have time to tidy some toys or do some dishes or mop the floors? I haven't used my mop at all today.
No, Swab. We don't want too much of a good thing. All good things must come in moderation, even cleaning. It's time to say goodbye. Goodbye, Swab.
Goodbye, Miss Spitspot.
Goodbye, my little friends, wherever you are.
Goodbye out there.
I'm sure we'll see each other very soon. And remember, tidy your toys. Goodbye.